Welcome back, Dr. Saxena. This is day 3 in conversation with Dr. Saxena here, and today's topic is about understanding the top ailments that can be improved with acupressure. So, Dr. Saxena, can you kind of help us with that, if you don't mind?
You're putting very difficult questions to me. Anyway, listen. I always have been maintaining that the entire body has tremendous healing power. Right? Now, we never claim that we treat any disease. All that we do is to enforce or stimulate the pressure points relating to the organs which are responsible for carrying out any particular activity in respect of a particular system in the body. Now, what all that we do is, once we stimulate them, they become active, they start normal functioning, and once every organ in the body is functioning normally, there is no scope for any ailment. That is our target to achieve. Now, as for the questions that which ailments are easily curable, as I told you, cold to paralysis. Even I shared with you, I have handled coma cases also successfully. But amongst also certain cases, like in case you are dealing with case of diabetes, then or thyroid, the results can't be produced overnight. It's a long process. But there are ailments, to name a few, like cervical spondylitis, wry neck. The patient is not able to move the hand right or left. Even a slightest movement of a millimeter, that is excruciating pain, it gives you pain. Then sciatica pain, slip disc. And now slip disc, straight away, if you go to a surgeon, he will say there is no other option except going for surgery. But I have handled cases that in half an hour, the patient can sit and walk a few steps without any analgesic, no anesthesia, no shots. Right? Then there are other ailments also, so to say, where we can feel immediate relief. That is in the case of knee pain, right? You want me to elaborate more?
If you don't mind, and if you can show 1 or 2 points of how we press them, right, that would be very useful, Dr. Saxena, if you don't mind. And also, what about asthma? Do you think, I don't know if asthma is something that is...
When I'm sitting with you, time and again telling me not mind, I will not mind at all. I'm sitting with the intention to clarify things.
Okay.
So rather, I have been telling you, I am grateful to you that you are giving me this opportunity to reach out to more and more people. You put a question about asthma, very nice, because not many people who are suffering from asthma, in most of the cases, apparently, allergy is the root cause. Now, about the allergy, there is a famous saying in conventional medicine that you find the cause and remove it. Indirectly, what they mean to tell you is there is no cure, no treatment for any sort of allergy. Yes, to a great extent. Because allergy could be dust allergy, it could be food allergy, it could be cloth allergy. Keep on talking because we have got time constraint also. But I will be telling you today, sharing with you the pressure points which require to be pressed for handling a case of asthma. And before telling those points, I will ask you to make a note of it, that before the onset of any change of weather, either it's going from winter to summer or summer to winter or rainy season, likewise, in every change of weather, or those people who are living on the coastal areas, humidity is a major cause. Certain places like Bangalore in India, a lot of pollen. I'm told in America also, pollen is a big factor, right? So that leads to allergy. First of all, I will start with a point which you will say, what are you doing? That your tongue, you have to take out half a centimeter of the tip of your tongue. I would like the viewers to excuse me. This is the way. You have to cut your tongue slowly, very gently to the count of 8 or 10. At least 3 times at a go. If possible, thrice a day to begin with, then we can bring it down to twice a day and once a day and then leave it. Similarly, there is a very potent pressure point in Chinese acupuncture. They call it LI11. LI11 means LI stands for large intestine. I'll show you if I bend my arm like this. The crease which is formed here, this is the pressure point. If you want, I can put a mark here so that you can focus it better. Just a second. Like this.
And it's on both the arms, right? The pressure
Yeah,
point?
both the arms. This point, can you see?
Yes.
Is it seen? I can open it,
Yeah.
and now you can. And similarly, here, this is the pressure point. Okay? Now, in the hand, in the palm, I will be focusing on one palm, because from right hand I will be marking the point. This V for victory sign. V for victory sign, here, this area, about a centimeter, this area pertains to the windpipe, our trachea, right? So, and below this, here is the reflex for the lung. Is it clear, or I just make it more prominent like this? So this area needs to be pressed. We have to give pressure here. If a person suffering from any sort of allergy, pharyngitis or laryngitis, these sort of ailments, when you press here, it will hurt abnormally. And this pressure over here is to be given on both the hands and both the feet also. Likewise, on the back of the palm, here is the area. Is it visible?
Yes.
This is the area which pertains to the front of the chest. Now we don't press it here, right? We will press it here and get relief to the chest. And most important point which I have seen, which immediately yields to, it relieves chest congestion, is on the sides of the arms. Towards the thumb on both the hands is the lung meridian. Okay, this and this. This point I have already covered, LI11. So this, because I told you it becomes very tender, even your clothes will hurt it. So what we do to improvise, I will be from this part of the palm, I will just vigorously rub it so that this point and this point, all the 3 points involved in the process are properly invigorated. And that is the end of it, that you will immediately feel, the patient will immediately feel that the chest congestion has totally vanished without any taking help of puff. I've seen my patients, once I tell them this thing, after 3 or 4 sessions, they say that we have reduced the intake of puff. Those who have been taking 5-6 puffs a day, they come down to 1 or 2, and slowly they say only occasionally when we require it, we take it.
Wonderful, Dr. Saxena. Thank you very much for your time
most
today.
welcome. You are most
and we'll
welcome.
meet tomorrow again.
And okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.